Guru is live.
Good morning. It's Real Estate Daily with your guru, and we've got a topic, probably one of my favorite topics in real estate. Well, maybe other than a lot of the law stuff. I love to read the law cases. One of my favorite topics in real estate is how to suggest a price for a home. And that could be suggesting a price for a home for the seller or suggesting a price for the home for the buyer. It can go either direction. Often when we're talking about suggesting a price for the home, we are talking about from the seller's side. What are we going to go out and list that home at? So a lot of the comments will be about that, but it can go either direction. By the way, good morning. Hope you're having a great morning. I am on fire this morning. It's February. It's my birthday month. And I've already started. My birthday is on February 16th for those who are asking about it. Nobody's asking about my birthday. But in case you wanted to ask about it, birthday's on February 16th. You go ahead and send in the presents and gifts and dollars. All right, sipping a cup of coffee this morning. Let's get going with setting a price for a home. How do you do it? People think that, realtors, all they do is unlock a door and they get paid thousands of dollars. That is so not true. That is not what we do. Oh, okay, we unlock a door. Sure, that's fine. Go ahead and unlock the door. But that's not where the money is. That's not how you're earning your dollars. If that was it, we are doomed as a career. But we're not doomed as a career. The career is stronger than ever before. It's stronger than ever before because the market analysis of how to price a home, whether it's seller or buyer, is more difficult today than it ever has been, probably. Of course, let's remember now, we're in a seller's market. There's very few homes on the inventory. I was looking over the weekend. I've got a client wanting some very specific things. And I thought, oh man, you want these very specific things. And in a market where, there's almost nothing on the market. So I'm looking very deep to get that person the exact home that they want. And of course, we'll pull it off. But wow, it's hard on us, of course. Okay, so let's talk about CMAs, comparative market analysis. What is that? What does it mean? How do you do it? Where do you turn to? There's 1,000 questions when it comes to CMAs. Yet, did you notice that when you studied real estate, they never even talked about CMAs? There's nothing on the exam about CMAs. There's nothing out there to help prepare you mentally for where you're going with pricing a home. This is where your market knowledge comes to play. I'll tell you, the best asset you have, the number one asset you have, are your skills and knowledge of the local market. You can have deep knowledge of the global market. You can know all kinds of things about Panama. You can know all kinds of things about the East Coast of the United States. And these are important things to know. But nothing is going to be better for you and your client as knowing the local market. And I'm talking local, not like in Portland or Seattle, the whole area. I'm talking about the local neighborhood, what's going on. This is where a CMA has to be drilled down. This is where the CMA really takes impact and has the guts in it that will reveal the actual market value. But what do we do? What do we look at for a CMA? What kind of tools do we use? Because I'll tell you, there's a lot of tools out there to use for a CMA. A bunch, but as I said, the number one tool is your acumen of market knowledge. Your acumen of market knowledge, that deep understanding of what's happening in the market at that point is critical. So let's turn to a popular one called RPR. That's the Realtors Property Resource. People call RPR all kinds of things, the price report and things. It's Realtor Property Resource, and it's from the NAR, the National Association of Realtors, supports this product, and it is a wonderful tool. Let's remember, though, it is a tool to be used. This is nothing more than a tool. As a tool, I see the following mistake out there all the time. You won't make the mistake. You're serious about your career. You are serious about supporting the client you have with the best knowledge possible. So I know you're not making this mistake. Well, let's talk about the number one mistake in the industry. People click, click, click. Here's what it says. They print the report. They hand it to the client. Here's what your property's worth. It's that big number in the middle. They don't even explain to them what the market report actually means, why it comes up to that, or what's going on with it. This is a massive mistake. This is not serving the client well. It's not actually doing what we would think about as a CMA where you are involved. RPR, I use it all the time. It's a great tool. There's other CMAs out there. There's the HomeSnap Quick CMA. And I think it does also another really good job. But there's the old-fashioned CMA where you go and pull the homes yourself that are on the market. Simply go and pull the homes. Now, what makes up a perfect CMA, in my opinion? A perfect CMA would look at things that within 30 days, and I laugh because within 30 days in this hot market, this is going to be hard to find for you, but within 30 days in that neighborhood, you're going to find 7 sales, 7 that are pending, and 7 that have sold. You all within the same category that meets and looks like the needs of that particular home that you're looking to sell, whether as a listing or to the buyer. That's hard. That's really hard. So you pull as many as you can. Sometimes you have to go outside. Sometimes you have to go outside of the neighborhood and pull additional information and do price adjustments for a neighboring neighborhood. Wow, neighboring neighborhood on a Monday morning. So for a close, a near to neighborhood to where you're at, sometimes you have to do price adjustments because you're pulling things over. There just isn't enough to compare with limited inventory. There just isn't enough. So even after, okay, all of us, well, you should be starting off with a paper review. So 123 Main Street walks in. They want to sell their home. And you do the paper review, the internet, I call it the paper review. You do the report that we can all pull up, the RPR, the HomeSnap, the different reports, and you pull it up to find out what is the likely selling price in that neighborhood. You would never want to deliver that. Now, let me tell you, we're building your career, and we're building your career with integrity and credibility, so that you can gain trust from the seller and the buyer. And the only way to do that is to actually work. It takes work. Sorry, it's going to take some work. So 123 Main Street walks in the door. They want you to sell the house. You pull the RPR. You take a look at the HomeSnap. You go and take a look at your own reports. You pull a CMA together. But all of it is a paper review. All of it is simply you're looking at the current reports of the market. What do you do next? You do a tour of the home. That's next. That's always next. You go and do a tour of the actual home. And here's how you do that tour. It is a specific way to do the tour. You do the tour at the front door. You say to the seller, give me a tour of the home and tell me the story of your home as we go through it, as if I was the buyer for your home, interested in buying your home in a serious way, and I want to know all the upgrades of the home and the problems that you're willing to reveal about the home, all the disclosure stuff. So you want to go through the home and learn the story. I call it the story of the home. That's critical. You got to learn the story that's going on about that home. By the way, before we go further on this, join us on social media. Follow us on social media. On social media, we're all over on social media. You can, but please take time and follow us. Also, like us. I absolutely have so much fun on someone liking our show. It really just makes my day. Make a comment. I get back to all comments. Comment about what kind of a show would you like to see? What topics would you like to see delivered to you? And what questions do you have about our topics? I get back to everyone. We monitor this closely. So make your comments, and on YouTube, and you can find us at the link down below on the banner. On YouTube, you need to hit that subscribe button, and that will open up the members only events. The Guru member only events, which this week we are going down the path of the 1 week business plan that will put dollars directly in your pocket. The 1 week business plan, you're not going to want to miss this, where we go deep into building your business in 22. We're not building it for 23, 24, 25. That is to come, of course. But I want to put more money in your pocket as soon as possible. And you do that by hitting the subscribe button and joining us on the Guru members only events. Okay, back over to price. And how do we price something? So you take a tour of the home, and you've been touring the home and looking around, and you're getting that story. And of course, it's an interactive process. You're not just listening, but you're doing a lot of listening and taking notes. But it's an interactive process about asking questions. You still are not ready to price the home because you haven't dealt with something that is so large and missed all the time. Unfortunately, ends up being a category that is talked about the last second when it should be talked about as part of the core. And that is pricing strategies. Now, you know the area. You have pulled a paper CMA. You have pulled all of the comparators in the area. Maybe you've had to borrow some comparators from close in near to areas because there just weren't enough comparators for the house that you're trying to price. Okay, I get that. No problem. You took a tour of the home, and you had the owner of the home give you the story of the history of the home. And now you're understanding depth of that home. Let's say the home is worth $400,000. Okay, let's just make that the statement here. Let's say you believe now that the home will likely sell for somewhere near $400,000. That you're getting close in your numbers because you've done a lot of research now. You're pricing the home. You know, you can't just go out there and rely upon Zillow. It's never been meant for that. Zillow is a fun number to look at, by the way. It's always a conversation starter because people all the time are looking at it, and it can be right and wrong, and it can be all over the map. It doesn't matter. It's a conversation starter, as well as all of the internet tools that are out there. But pricing strategies has to be the next conversation that you're having. Now that you have the number and you've done your research, it's the pricing strategies that you have to begin to have the conversation about. First, you have to talk with the owner. What is their timing? What is their timing on getting out of the home? Do they want to just instantly leave? Well, that can be a part of the pricing strategy. Do they have a little time? Now, most people don't need to instantly leave. There are those that need to, but most don't need to instantly leave. A lot of people are willing to wait for the perfect price for them. So one thing you need to talk about is what we call price skimming. By the way, none of these strategies are wrong. They're just different strategies. Because people say, oh, skimming, oh yeah, that's wrong, that's wrong. No, none of them are wrong. There are different strategies to get to the price that's needed for the seller. So there's price skimming. Skimming is where you're going to that top 1% of possibility that the home might be worth. So let's say that you believe it is worth $400,000, but to the right people, it is worth $425,000. But that's really finding the needle in the haystack. And that's price skimming, where you are skimming that top section of price and looking for the needle in a haystack. That is a legitimate thing to do. It's not what most are going to want to do. Even when people they say, well, let's start high, we can always go down. It's one strategy, and it's used often. They start high and then they start on their way down, but they're not doing it on a strategic plan. They didn't do it because they're planning to skim the market. They just started high and thought they would hope to get somebody and work their way down. Your pricing strategy needs to mirror your marketing strategy. Hello, these two things have to mirror together. Today's not about how to market the house, but the two things have to be mirrored together of what's going on. You don't want to go out with a skimming plan and market the home as if it's a fixer. That would be ridiculous. You're hitting the wrong segment of the population. The second type, and there's a lot of strategies, the second type of strategy that's out there is pricing the home well below market value. So going back to our $400,000 house again, let's say we're going to go out for $375,000 or $365,000. Now you always have to be aware when you go low, you have to have the conversation that they are willing to sell the house at that price. Even though you certainly believe it will bring on more offers and the price will be driven up. But if that doesn't happen, the homeowner needs to be willing to sell for what you advertised it for when the cash offer walks in the door and there's nothing else on the table and you can't do anything else. So you don't want to go so low they wouldn't ever be willing to sell. That would be against our own ethics, against our license, against what we stand for as a professional in the industry. We don't do that. But different types of strategies fit different types of homeowners and different types of buyers. These same strategies can be applied to the buyer with the buyer lens on them. We're just using the selling lens, that's all. All right, location. Location is huge. Location will matter for the home. It will matter to a lot of populations looking in that area. For example, maybe your home sits right behind a gas station. It happens to be the backside of a gas station, and it just doesn't feel as good. Or maybe your home that you're selling is close to a park, and people want to be near the park. See, the point here is that location actually does matter. When we talk about the location, it actually does matter to people. They come and they say, oh, well, this home is too close to certain things in that local area. is simply too close to them or too far away. Now, also, location will have to do with the individual buyer and you can't control that, on how far away or close they are to their own home or other resources like childcare, things like this. By the way, on Facebook, take a moment and hit the like button on Facebook. Take that moment, follow us on Facebook. I would love that. I really enjoy it when you take just a minute and follow us on Facebook. That is so fun. Okay, getting back over to location. Location is a terrific thing to have that discussion with your owner of the property as they are marketing this thing forward, because it's part of the strategy to fully have that picture and understand what's going on with the home. Let me take a minute, sip my coffee here. Hope you're having a great morning. All right, let's talk style of home, because this totally has to do with pricing the home. You probably think you already considered it when you looked at the comps. But style of, you may have only looked at things like 3 bedrooms, similar bedrooms in the area, similar bathrooms, similar square footage, similar lot dimensions. Did you look at style of home? The style of the home itself comes into play, particularly in an aging area where people are wanting one-level homes, which is not every single area. They're wanting one-level homes, or they're wanting homes that are, multi-levels. But there is reason for both. Often multi-level homes, of course, take a smaller footprint with lots of extra square footage inside the home. Where the one-level home, for obvious things, allows people to walk in the home without a bunch of stairs. While both are absolutely needed in the market, both can be priced differently based upon the marketing plan and the strategy that you're going after. Let's also talk about scarcity of the resource. So scarcity of the resource. So let's say you have a one-level home, a true one-level home. You walk in with no stairs. I'll tell you, in the Portland market, that's hard to find. That has become the needle in the haystack for sure. Very difficult to find the true one-level home. That also gets stacked on top of this pricing strategy and your research. So when you're researching all the homes in the area, and you pull your RPR report, you pull your home snap report and your own personal CMA reports, don't forget that style, location, and scarcity all have to do with pulling together that full report. Now, there is another one, and I'll tell you, this is hard. This is hard on most people because it really is going to take some research. And that is the current and past purpose and use of the home. The current and past purpose and use of the home. Now, before you start laughing and you say, it's a home, people live there, they sleep there, they live their lives there. Hold on. There's different purposes for homes. Some homes, and we just sold one last year, had a retail small piece on one front end of the home. It actually was meant that way. It was zoned that way. They can run a small business. And similar homes on that street, all allowed for that type of retail on the front end of that home. You can also have homes that have been used for group homes, other types of businesses that house people in the area. These are all legitimate purposes, but the home itself may be set up for that purpose. And it may have the look of that, which may deter from other comparators in the market. When someone's looking for a private residence, they're not looking for a home when they walk in and it is set up as a group home, because that's a different kind of setup. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just a different kind of setup. And if you're looking to market it that way, you may have to encourage the homeowner to spend a few dollars to remodel the home just slightly to take it away from that look. Otherwise, you will have a look that you're not marketing towards. So recapping here on markets, on pricing strategies. Pricing strategies are really the key to setting that final price. When you're looking to set the price of the home, and today is all about setting the price. The hardest thing, one of the hardest things that we do is actually setting the price and making our marketing match with the pricing strategy that we are going forward on. You don't want to go forward on a marketing plan that is for $1 million home when the home is a fixer-upper. Different strategies, different marketing attempts, different avenues to reach a sale for sure. You might be missing the population and overspending what you needed to spend, or underspending what you needed to spend on a marketing plan if your strategy and marketing don't align. All right, on YouTube, we have a course to build your business. We do exactly what we're talking today. We help align you in this so that you fully understand what's going on in the market and how to build your business effectively. You know, within about 3 years, the plan needs to be that you are getting about half of your business from return business. Between 3 and 5 years, a significant portion of your business needs to be repeat. If you're not getting that, you don't have the follow-up that you need to be having. Now, YouTube, subscribe to us. It'll open up the members-only event, the Guru members-only events, which we're going to be starting this week with the business plan. That's critical. Aligning your weekly business. We're not talking the business plan that you make and you never visit again. The weekly business plan. Critical. We hit that and we hit it hard because that is where the business starts to build. When we are aligned ourselves, our strategy with our business, and building your business is key to us. The number one focus that we have is building your business. That's what we're here for. That's what Real Estate Daily is here for. It is my personal mission in life is to help you unlock and tap into the huge market of real estate that you can have as your business. There's no doubt to me that it's out there. I absolutely know it. I've experienced it and am experiencing it. It absolutely exists. Understanding it is what will help you unlock it. The skills you had of yesterday are valuable. Never let them go. But we need to resharpen them with the tools of today, the tools of 22, so that you fully understand how to build your business. We also have a course called Kickstarter that you can go through that will build your business. And we have one-on-one coaching. That's old-fashioned one-on-one coaching. It's not that old. It's not the system where you log in and you have some chat room going on. This is one-on-one coaching where we help you examine your business needs and craft it directly for you to build your business. This is Real Estate Daily. We've been talking pricing strategies today and how to price a home, one of the most critical things we ever do inside of our career. And I will be talking to you tomorrow.